Today we're going to be talking about 5 Apple Watch tips that you probably don't know about, but can be pretty awesome when you do. First up, finding your iPhone. Most of us know that we can pretty easily find our iPhone with the Apple Watch by just swiping up from the bottom, tapping the little phone with the sounds coming out of it. But did you know that if you tapped and held this button, that the flashlight on the phone will also go off? If you've dropped your phone in your car and you're trying to locate it, but there's just not enough light, and you can just tap and just hold on to it for just a little bit, and it just makes it so much easier to find your phone in more situations. Along with that, that's the control center that you swipe up, and then the notification centers if you swipe down. These can actually be accessed if you're already in an app. Now there might be some situations like I like to play games on my watch. I know that's kind of weird. A lot of people, yes, there are games on the watch and some of them are pretty fun, but maybe I don't want to leave the game, but I want to check my notifications. All you have to do while you're in an app is just tap and hold on the top if you want to access the notification center, or tap and hold on the bottom if you want to access the control center. And it's just that simple. You just gotta tap and hold for just a little bit and then it'll start popping up and then you can finish the swipe. So here's another fun one. If you didn't know already, you probably know this one. Mickey Mouse can actually talk.
It's 4:23. Good afternoon.
So if you tap on it and you don't have silent mode on, he actually will say the time. It's wonderful and just awesome. Same thing with Minnie Mouse, she can talk as well.
It's 4:23. Good afternoon.
There might be situations where, you don't want to use those watch faces, but you still want to get the time just spoken out to you. 2 fingers on the watch, hold it for just a second.
4:24 p.m.
It's so great. I love it. So just another feature that you might not have known about, but can help you. For this next one, you are going to need your iPhone, and on your iPhone, there is a watch app. So you can just tap in watch, click on the top, and then you want to scroll down to messages. So in here, you should be able to find default replies. Now by default, they have the smart replies on, but you can just go ahead and add your own. Now personally, I don't like the ones that come by default because they just sound so robotic. Like, can I call you later? Like, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say like, hey, I can't talk right now. I'll call you later. You wanna make it a little bit more your own. If you wanna be able to customize this is the place to do it. That way when somebody messages you or tries to call you and you just can't talk right that moment, you can just easily just do that and check that one that sounds more like you and less like Siri or a robot. Now the Apple Watch battery continues to get better and better, especially with the Ultra. Now we got real multiple day usage of a watch. But there are some times where you might not be able to have a charger for like 3 days. And what are you gonna do? Well, the regular watches still might not be able to make it more than a couple, but the Ultra definitely can. I believe Apple says about 60 hours or something like that on low power mode. The way to get low power mode turned on the Apple Watch is to swipe back up to that control center, tap on your battery percentage, and then there's a low power mode little toggle. Click on that and it's gonna tell you what all gets turned off. So always on display, it's turning off. So you'll have to raise your wrist to see the time. You can't see it any other time. It also turns off some sensors like the heart rate tracking, the oxygen tracking. It's not gonna do those as often or sometimes at all. And then also if you have cellular and stuff like that, it's probably gonna be turned off. This can get your Apple Watch to last multiple days. So if you go on a trip and you forget your charger, this is the thing to do because it's gonna get you more time with your Apple Watch than you would otherwise have. Keep that in mind. They do give you the option to just turn it on flat, or you can turn it on for a certain number of days. Hope you learned something new in this video. If you did, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.